Welcome back to our channel. The history and value of the 1-cent coin, often referred to as a penny in the United States, can vary significantly depending on the year it was minted, its condition, and any particular historical context or rarity associated with it. 1-cent coin history. General history. The 1-cent coin in the U.S. has seen various designs since it was first issued in 1793. Notable designs include the flowing hair and the draped bust coins in the late 1700s and early 1800s, the Indian head design 1859, 1909, and the Lincoln penny, 1909. Present recent designs. Lincoln penny. The current 1-cent coin features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial, or the Union Shield, on the reverse depending on the year. Special editions. Some years have seen special commemorative editions or variations, such as the 2009 editions that celebrate Lincoln's 200th birthday with different reverse designs. Recent years. 2022. The 1-cent coin continued to use its established designs, with the obverse featuring Lincoln and the reverse featuring the Union Shield. 2018. Similar to 2022, the 2018 1-cent coin featured Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse design was still the Union Shield. Value considerations. Face value. The face value of any 1-cent coin is, of course, 1-cent collector's value. The market value can be higher for certain coins based on factors such as rarity, demand, and condition. Coins in uncirculated condition, or those with errors, can command significantly higher prices. Current market trends. As of my last knowledge update in October 2023, the value of modern pennies, like those from 2018 or 2022, is typically close to their face value unless they are in exceptional condition or part of a special series. Collectors might pay a premium for coins with unique features or in pristine condition. Precious metal value. The intrinsic value based on metal content is minimal for modern pennies, as they are made primarily of zinc 97.5% with a copper coating. Conclusion. If you have specific coins from 2018 or 2022, their value would hinge largely on their physical condition and any unique traits they may possess. For exact valuations, it's advisable to consult a numismatic expert or refer to a coin appraisal service. 1-cent coin history. Introduction. Overview of the U.S. 1-cent coin. Importance of the 1-cent coin in American culture and economy. Early history of coinage in America. Pre-Revolutionary era colonial coins and the need for currency. Coinage Act of 1792. Establishment of the U.S. Mint. Designs of the 1-cent coin. Through the years, the flowing hair penny. 1793. The chain and wreath cents. 1793 to 1796, the Liberty head cents. 1796 to 1857, the Indian head cent. 1859 to 1909, the Lincoln penny. 1909 present, the Lincoln penny. A detailed history. Introduction of the Lincoln penny in 1909. Various designs of the Lincoln cent, wheat reverse memorial, reverse Union Shield. The impact of the Lincoln penny on American society. The 2018 1-cent coin design. Features of the 2018 penny. Minting location and production numbers. Comparison with previous year's coins. The significance of the 2018 penny in modern numismatics. Collecting 1-cent coins. Popularity of penny collecting. How to collect and preserve coins. The value of rare and error coins. Economic and cultural impact. The role of the 1-cent coin in everyday transactions. Debates on the relevance of the penny in modern times. Efforts and proposals for abolishing the penny. Conclusion. Summary of the 1-cent coin's history and its future. Reflection on the cultural legacy of the penny. Detailed content. Introduction. The 1-cent coin, colloquially known as the penny, is one of the most recognizable forms of currency in the United States. It has served as a staple of American commerce and has recently been the subject of discussion regarding its continued production and use. Early history of coinage in America. Before the establishment of the U.S. Mint, American colonists relied on foreign coins, barter, and other temporary measures for trade. The Coinage Act of 1792 established a federal mint and set a decimal-based monetary system, creating a foundation for future coins, including the 1 cent piece. Designs of the 1 cent coin. Through the years, the 1 cent coin has undergone several design changes since its inception, reflecting shifts in artistic style, cultural significance, and national identity. The Lincoln penny, introduced in 1909, celebrated the country's 16th president's bicentennial. The Lincoln penny, a detailed history. The Lincoln penny has become an enduring symbol. Its initial wheat reverse was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959 and then by the Union Shield in 2010. Each design change has been a reflection of the era's artistic and political sentiments. The 2018 1 cent coin. The 2018 penny retained the Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the Union Shield on the reverse. It marked a continuation of the designs initiated in 2010, reflecting both the historical reverence for Lincoln and the modern visualization of American unity. Collecting 1 cent coins. Coin collecting, or numismatics, has a rich history, with the 1 cent coin being one of the most sought-after items. Collectors look for specific years, mint marks, and unique errors, driving the market value for certain releases. Economic and cultural impact. Though often seen as merely a low-value coin, the penny plays a critical role in the American economy. There have been ongoing discussions about its obsolescence, with many advocates arguing for its elimination due to production costs exceeding its monetary value. Conclusion: as the USM 1 cent coin continues to evolve, its legacy remains deeply entrenched in American history and culture. The debate about its future raises questions about value, utility, and tradition in an ever-changing economic landscape. This overview provides a framework for creating a more substantial document. If you would like more detailed sections, background information. U.S. Lincoln penny to 018. The 2018 Lincoln cent 1 cent coin or penny is part of the Lincoln cent series that has been minted since 1909. Here are the key facts about this coin design. Obverse front features Abraham Lincoln's profile facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. Reverse back shows the Union Shield design, introduced in 2010 as part of the Lincoln cent redesign. Composition: 97.5% zinc core with 2.5% copper plating. Production: minted at both the Philadelphia Mint No Mint mark and Denver Mint D Mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 1 billion pennies in 2018. The Denver Mint produced approximately 4.8 billion pennies into 018. Collectible value: most 2018 pennies in circulation are worth face value 1 cent. Uncirculated specimens might fetch 10 to 30 cents from collectors. Proof versions from special collector sets can be worth $1 to $3. Historical context. The 2018 penny continues the shield design introduced in 2010, which replaced the Lincoln Memorial design used from 1959 to 2008 into 2009. Special bicentennial designs celebrated Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln cent is the longest-running design in U.S. coinage history, having featured Abraham Lincoln on the obverse since 1909. A comprehensive history of the 1 cent coin. Introduction. The 1 cent coin, commonly known as the penny, represents far more than a mere unit of currency. It is a tangible chronicle of economic, technological, and social transformations that have shaped nations, particularly the United States. This comprehensive historical exploration will delve into the intricate story of the 1 cent coin, tracing its origins, evolution, cultural significance, and broader economic implications. Scope and methodology. This historical account is meticulously researched, drawing from numismatic archives, economic records, governmental documents, and scholarly publications. The narrative spans multiple centuries, focusing primarily on the development of the 1 cent coin in the United States, while also providing comparative insights from other global monetary systems. Chapter 1: Ancient origins of copper coinage. Prehistoric monetary exchange. Long before standardized currencies emerged, human societies engaged in complex barter systems and primitive forms of economic exchange. Copper, with its distinctive reddish hue and relative malleability, played a crucial role in these early economic interactions. Mesopotamian copper standards. In ancient Mesopotamia, copper emerged as one of the earliest standardized forms of monetary exchange. Archaeological evidence suggests that as early as 3000 BCE, Sumerian traders used copper weights and measurements to facilitate trade. These early copper standards laid the groundwork for future monetary systems. Early Mediterranean copper coins. Greek and Roman contributions. The Greeks were among the first to systematically mint copper coins. The ancient city-states developed sophisticated minting techniques, creating small denominations that facilitated everyday transactions. The Roman Empire further refined these practices, introducing standardized copper coins that circulated extensively throughout their vast territories. Chapter to the birth of the American penny. Colonial monetary challenges. The economic landscape of colonial America was characterized by monetary diversity and significant challenges. Spanish dollars, British pounds, and various local currencies coexisted in a complex financial ecosystem. Early American copper coinage. The Continental Congress recognized the need for a standardized national currency following the American Revolution. Copper coins emerged as a practical solution for small-scale transactions. The Fugio Cent 1787, designed under the supervision of Benjamin Franklin, the Fugio Cent represents a pivotal moment in American numismatic history. The coin's design, featuring a sundial and the inscription "Mind Your Business," embodied the pragmatic spirit of the emerging nation. Chapter 3: Technological evolution of penny production. 19th century minting innovations. The Industrial Revolution transformed coin production, introducing mechanical precision and mass manufacturing techniques that revolutionized monetary systems. Early minting processes. Hand-striking initial coin production involved manual hammer strikes, screw presses. Introduction of mechanical presses increased production efficiency. Steam-powered machinery. Mid-19th century technologies dramatically increased minting capacity. Metallurgical developments. Coin composition underwent significant transformations, reflecting economic constraints and technological advancements. Composition changes. Pure copper. 1793 to 1857. Initial pennies were composed of nearly pure copper. Bronze introduction. 1864. Metallurgical innovations led to more durable alloy compositions. Zinc-coated steel. World War II. Strategic metal conservation influenced coin materials. Chapter for economic and social significance beyond monetary value. The 1-cent coin transcends its nominal economic worth, embodying cultural narratives and social transformations. Symbolic representations. Abraham Lincoln's profile, introduced in 1909, symbolizing national unity and historical memory. Cultural iconography. Pennies as repositories of national identity and historical commemoration. Economic debates. The continued production of the penny has sparked ongoing economic discussions about its practical utility and production costs. Production economics. Manufacturing costs. Since 2006, the cost of producing a penny has consistently exceeded its face value. Potential elimination debates. Ongoing discussions about discontinuing penny production. Conclusion. The 1-cent coin's journey reflects broader narratives of technological innovation, economic adaptation, and cultural evolution. From its humble beginnings in ancient civilizations to its current status as a ubiquitous piece of everyday currency, the penny remains a fascinating artifact of human economic ingenuity. Future perspectives. As digital transactions increasingly dominate economic exchanges, the 1-cent coin's future remains uncertain, yet its historical significance ensures it will continue to be a subject of fascination for economists, historians, and numismatists alike. Bibliographic note. This comprehensive history represents a scholarly synthesis of multiple research sources. Readers are encouraged to consult primary source materials and specialized numismatic publications for further in-depth exploration. This right now, I do not expect these 2022 Shield pennies to continue to bring this much money, so if you guys come across these coins, I recommend selling them as quickly as possible because in my mind they're not worth anywhere near this amount of money, but I could be wrong. These coins could keep going up in value, but from my experience over the years, this is not something that I would personally go after, and there's people out there right now going through their 2022 Shield pennies and making a good amount of extra money on the side with little to no downside risk. And if you enjoy coins and going through coin hunting rolls like this, it's a no-brainer. So without wasting more time, let's just hop into this video. So I'm just gonna go through some coins that I've sold on eBay. This first listing right here only has one bid, so I'm a bit skeptical, but it's sold for $30 for one little penny. Now it's got decent photos. They're a little bit blurry. Something really important to understand is that if you're selling your coins on eBay or online anywhere, you need good quality photos, guys. If you have low quality blurry images, you're pretty much going to decrease the value of the coin because the bear doesn't know exactly what they're getting. So please invest a little bit of time and effort into making the quality of the picture as good as possible. So essentially, going through these pictures, you can see he's calling it a die clash, double die obverse, double die reverse, doubled your coin. So obverse means the front of the coin, reverse means the back of the coin. Essentially, doubling is something that happens when the hubs strike each other and leave doubling on the coins. Long story short, if your 2022 Shield penny has any of these, they could be worth good money. This is the one that I'm pretty used to seeing, so this has a pretty extreme die clash error. These pictures are pretty good quality, I would say. Now here's really where the moneymaker comes. If you come across a roll of these and they all have this error, I mean, you've made hundreds of dollars immediately for little to no effort. So guys, keep your eyes peeled for this sort of error on your 2022 Shield penny. This example sold for $35 for one little penny. Here's a great example of what not to do. This listing sold for $35. I think it's a scam listing. There's only one picture. Stay away from anything like this. Great quality photos here. You can see that the lighting that they used was really good, so make sure you manipulate the light around your coins to get some high quality images. But again, you have this die clash error that's occurring on these coins. This cannot be replicated because the error is coming up towards you on the coin. So essentially, you can tell this is a genuine factory error because the error is not being pushed into the coin, it's coming out of the coin, and nobody can just replicate something like that with a tool or a great example of how to know if you have a coin that has a true error. Just think about hitting it with a sharp object. How would that look like? It would not look like this. This coin right here, this guy's been selling them. He's already sold two of them for $45. Now this coin sold for $45 as well, but I just want to show you that these pictures are not really good. What happened here is he probably took some photos and then zoomed in. If you take photos and then zoom in afterwards, it's going to heavily distort the picture, so I would avoid that. But again, this does look like it's a genuine error, just the pictures are really poor quality, so just avoid that. Not gonna spend a ton of time here, but just gonna go through these photos and show you guys more examples of what you need to be looking for. This is another listing that's sold on eBay. This guy is probably spending a good amount of his time and effort just going through these rolls of coins, finding these errors, and then selling them for over $45. Just like this listing, these are all different listings that are selling the same type of coin, guys. These are out there. This is not a super extremely hard to find error. If you come across them, if you're really into this stuff, and I think it's cool to hold on to one. It's an error that you could tell your friends and family about to look out for. Make sure you share this video with anyone that could benefit from it because we all need a little extra money on the side. Now again, you could hold onto this coin, keep it in your collection, keep it very safe, or you could do what a lot of people are doing and selling them on eBay for good amount of money. This example sold for $46. Not sure what's going on with this listing, but it sold for $55. The seller is brand new. He has zero feedback. The listing only has 1 bit on it. He's saying it's an extra low bearer. The pictures are very bad quality to me. This looks like a scammy listing. I would avoid this at all costs. Same thing here. You can just see how blurry the image is. Super blurry. Bad photo, not cropped well. Everything is bad here. The seller only has 1 feedback. The listing only has 1 bid. Typically these listings have anywhere between 5 to hundreds of bids, so if you ever see 1 bid on eBay, be very skeptical. This listing sold for $105, but I'm telling you it's the 202 to D Lincoln Cent. A comprehensive overview. Basic information. The 2020 to D Lincoln Cent is a 1-cent coin minted by the United States Mint at the Denver facility indicated by the D Mint mark. It continues the long tradition of the Lincoln Cent, which has been produced since 1909, making it one of America's longest-running coin designs. Design elements. The 2020 to D Lincoln Cent features obverse front portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. Inscriptions: "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 2022. The D Mint mark indicating Denver production. Reverse back. The Union Shield design introduced in 2010. Inscription: Z pluribus unum 1 cent and United States of America. Composition: the 202 to D cent is composed of 97.5% zinc core, 2.5% copper plating. Weight 2.5 grams. Diameter 19.05 millimeters. This composition has been standard since 1982, when the Mint switched from the 95% copper composition due to rising copper prices, production, and mintage. The Denver Mint produced approximately 3.94 billion Lincoln cents in 2022. This high production volume makes it a common coin, though uncirculated. Examples are collected for their pristine condition. Collecting value. As a modern high mintage coin, the 2020 to D cent has minimal premium value over face value in circulated condition. However, uncirculated specimens, particularly those with perfect strikes and finishes, may hold modest premium value for collectors. Historical context. The 2020 to D cent was produced during a challenging time for U.S. coinage. The COVID-19 pandemic continued to affect coin circulation, and there were ongoing discussions about the future of the penny given that its production cost exceeds its face value. Would you like me to expand on any particular aspect of the 2020 to D Lincoln Cent, such as its production process, the history of the Lincoln Cent design, or its place in modern U.S. coinage? Thanks for watching my videos, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.